Guess what, Ninjago fans? New content season is finally upon us once again. Just today we received our first official look at the Dragons Rising Season 3 sets that are going to be releasing in January of 2025. These things have been pretty long anticipated by fans ever since those first leaks started happening and then the Moru stuff as well. And now they are finally on the internet in an official HD capacity. I've been kind of holding off on forming an opinion on these things based off of the leaks. I've just kind of been holding my breath and waiting for the full images to release, but now they're here, we can talk. And I have some pretty mixed feelings on this wave altogether. Some stuff from it I really like, and other stuff from it I don't like so much, so let's talk about it. Without further ado, let's delve into my opinions on the Winter 2025 Ninjago sets. Let's start off this video by talking about this wave's new gimmick sets, the Dragon Spinjitzu Spinners. These things come in at $9.99 each, and I don't really feel anything about these, man. It's cool that we do at least get an extra Dragonian Warrior in with these gimmick sets, like we did with the Rising Dragon Strike sets with the Wolf Warriors in 2024. So there is at least some value here, I guess. But at the end of the day, this is just the same cheap gimmick set with a worse version of the ninja minifigure seen in the actual sets, where the gimmick itself isn't actually good or engaging like a tool, song and dance that we've seen from modern Ninjago 1,000 times at this point. Although the third of this trio of gimmick sets I do think is pretty cool. It has issues. I don't like the mask they used on Aaron. I really don't like how every single gimmick set wave now needs to use these really out of place gold masks on top of the suits now. I don't know why LEGO can't just go all the way and give us the normal minifigure like with the Kai one in this wave. You know, just to give these sets a bit more value. And the actual gimmick itself I don't think looks very compelling. But being able to get Aaron and Raz in a duo, especially that expensive Raz minifigure from the Tournament of the Sources wave, in such a cheap and accessible set is very cool. The next set we have here is Zane's Battlesuit Mech, coming in at $9.99. And this is a cool little set. I'm glad they're continuing to follow in the footsteps of that J Mech Battle Pack from the Dragons Rising Season 2 sets, because I really like these small, good value Ninjago sets. A big complaint I had with the Tournament of the Sources wave was the lack of this kind of set, and I feel like this set here has definitely addressed that criticism for me. We get the Tournament Wildfire minifigure, a new Zane, and one of the Forbidden 5. The build isn't amazing, but isn't necessarily bad, but for a value set with a good minifigure selection like this, it's entirely excusable. This is a really cool little set in my book. I like this one a lot. Our next set here is Lloyd's Pullback Race Car. And Pullback seems to be a new LEGO set gimmick if that little logo on the box is anything to go off of. What I imagine is it's like some of those other race car toys where you pull them back and they launch forward, which is a really cool idea for a Ninjago car set and something I'm kind of surprised they didn't do earlier in all honesty. I'm not a very big fan of the Lloyd minifigure in this set. I'll get into my opinions on these minifigures later, but generally I think this new suit line is kind of over-designed. But the Dragonian Warrior is really cool and the build here is really solid. This set could be better in a lot of ways, but I think it is a well-built, good value LEGO set. And the next set we have here is, I'm gonna be for real, a certified banger. Lloyd's Green Forest Dragon is a very milquetoast Ninjago set, but one that I think is very good. The Lloyd minifigure here seems to be an amalgamation of basically every Dragons Rising suit he's had so far, minus the climber ones. It has his Season 1 torso and legs, his Tournament of the Sources armor, and his mech pilot suit mask. And honestly, I really like this look for Lloyd. I genuinely would not mind seeing this become the base suit for Dragons Rising going forward, like how the Season 11 suits were the base suits for the WorldBrain era. This is a really nice design, and especially amongst a bunch of other really over-designed and weird-looking ninja suits, this thing is a massive breath of fresh air for me. As for the rest of the set, I love the Dragonian Warrior minifigure. I love how we have one of the children of the Mountain Dragon tribe that we saw in Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2 in this set. And the actual Forest Dragon build itself is just a nice, small, well-built Ninjago set. Coming in at only $20, this is absolutely a set I'll be picking up day one. I love this thing. The next set we have here is Kai's Mech Storm Rider. And coming in at $50, this set is a bit too pricey for my liking, given what you're actually getting in the set. That being said though, the actual build of this thing is really good. This thing feels like a direct sequel to Kai's Mech Rider Evo, which I'm really happy with because I love that set so much. It's wacky, but just wacky enough that it loops back around and goes really hard in my opinion. So getting a spiritual successor to that set is something I'm really happy about. It's maybe a bit too pricey given what you're getting, especially with there only being 3 minifigures in here. But the actual build itself is really cool, so I have a hard time complaining about this. The next set we have here is the only junior set of this wave, Ninja Spinjitzu Temple. And do my eyes deceive me? This is a pretty good value modern junior set. It's $40, so maybe it could benefit from being a little bit cheaper. But for $40, you're getting a good chunk of this season's new ninja suit lineup, which basically any Ninjago fan will tell you is a pretty good deal. And for a junior set, the build looks really nice too. I imagine do a bit of modifications and this thing would look really good. Speaking of those new ninja suits now, I'm finally gonna mention that I don't really like these all that much. These are having me look at the core suits and starting to wonder if I treated them too harshly. I imagine these things will definitely have their fans, and if you like them, hey, more power to you. But these just look really weird and over-designed to me. I really hope they don't appear for too much of the show's runtime, because as far as ninja suit designs go, I'm not a fan of these too much. Be sure to let me know what you think of them in the comments though. I don't really know what the common consensus on these suits are at the minute. And who knows, maybe I will warm up to them when I start getting them in person and seeing them in the show, but as of right now, I'm really not too impressed by these things at all. I think they look pretty bad, and when I said earlier that I have mixed feelings on this wave, these new suits are the main thing dragging down the wave for me. I really do not vibe with them at all. This is a pretty cool junior set though, and if you like these suit designs, this thing is a must buy for you. The next set we have here is the $40? They got this one down to $40? Okay, I genuinely found that out like as I was recording that. That is an incredible value for this thing. This thing comes with 3 ninja minifigures, Moro, and 2 Dragonian warriors. On top of all of that, it has, granted not the best build, but a good and visually appealing one. And with the modern Lego pricing, they got it down to $40. That's so good. Okay, I know I just popped off there like crazy, but like, I genuinely did not expect this thing to be this cheap. This thing has 6 minifigures, 4 of which are definitely going to be highly sought after. So the fact that it's down to $40, £35 in the UK is just amazing value. It feels totally out of left field for a post-2022 Lego to put out. Awesome, awesome set. Definitely going to be going out of my way to get this one. Also, it feels good to finally be able to show Moro to you guys on the channel. Here he is. Here's Dragons Rising Season 3 Moro. If you go back and rewatch this video, just pretend there's a picture of the minifigures in it. The next set we have here, coming in at $100, is Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech. And I'm just gonna say it, core ninja combo mech, but good. This thing is so cool. My favorite part is Ryu on the back. The new grown-up Ryu build is really cool, and the way it integrates into the mech is sick. The minifigure selection is awesome, with Pixel being back and us finally getting a Noct minifigure. Even if I again don't really like the new suits in this season, especially Sora's in this set is, oh my god, so ugly. Also, we seem to be right back to reusing the Season 1 Sora minifigure again.
I can't believe we're back to this.
But despite my complaining just there, for the price you're paying, you are getting a good selection of characters here. And the 4-in-1 build variation thing is incredibly cool, and it helps that all of the different variations are actually great. This is a pretty cool set, man. Also, there's a polybag version of this. There's not really much to say about it, I just thought it was worth including. And the final set we have to discuss today, coming in at $50, is Raz and Aaron's Super Stormjet, which is so sick. The minifigure selection here I do think is a bit lacking. Basically just being the exact same lineup we saw here plus a Dragonian, which would be fine if this Aaron minifigure is better. And that hurts to say because the torso and leg designs of this thing is amazing. They cooked so hard. But that gold mask just doesn't belong in this design at all and clashes with everything else on it. If they literally just changed the gold details on the mask to being gunmetal to match with the arm, this would be a 10 out of 10 minifigure. But sadly, it missed the mark a bit for me. This is a great set though, with a really awesome design. And just story-wise, this thing is so cool. I'm glad that Aaron and Raz dynamic from Season 2 is getting more detailed fleshing out here. I mean, it was obviously going to happen, but it's cool starting to see some first looks into that through the sets. This is a pretty cool set. And yeah, those are my opinions on the Winter 2025 Dragons Rising Season 3 Ninjago sets. I think there is a lot of good stuff in this wave, even if it is dragged down to just being kind of mixed for me because of those weird ninja suits. Even despite that though, like I said, there is still a lot of good to be found in this wave, and I think a lot of Ninjago fans will be very happy with it. And conceptually, it looks really cool, and it's definitely helping to get me excited for the story of Dragons Rising Season 3. Be sure to let me know what you think of this wave though. I'd love to see how everyone's opinions differ from mine in the comments below, because I have literally no idea what the common consensus on this wave is yet. Okay, I'll stop waffling now. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. A massive thank you to my channel members, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.